Hi, my name is Brandon Coonan, and my app is an Android app called The Cookbook Keeper. My app is designed to try and make saving recipes and finding those recipes a lot easier now that we're in the digital age. I know that old cookbooks were great for remembering and saving your recipes, but to actually find the cookbook, find something to write with, and get it all down on paper while you still want to eat your meal seemed to be uh, quite a big ordeal. So I thought maybe going digital was the way to go and to kind of keep cookbooks from going out of existence. I wanted to make it really simplistic so that older grandmas and grandpas, people who still enjoy cooking but aren't very tech savvy, could use it, as well as the younger crowd as well. So you'll see on the main screen there's just two buttons. Keep it very simple, very not very complex. I know my own grandma, if there's more than two buttons, it's too difficult for her. So you can save new recipes and you can find recipes that you've already saved. If you go to click on find a recipe that you've already saved, but there are none, you'll be greeted with this cute little uh-oh message that tells you that, hey, you don't have any stored. You can store one now, or you can choose not to. If you do that, you'll go back to the main menu. But for this, we're going to go ahead and store one now. The save feature does not work at the moment, but this is how you would name your dish. Let's say spaghetti. Pardon my spelling of spaghetti if it's not correct. And then you would be able to tag your dish. So we'll say it's a lunch, and then when you want to find it later, you can look for that lunch tag and find it later. And then you're going to be able to add ingredients, as many ingredients as you need, and then add steps. And once you've gotten it to where those two sections are how you want them to be, you would save it, and it'll take you back to the main menu. At the moment, it doesn't do anything. But that's what the whole thing is supposed to be. And then later on, the find recipe will also pull up that search if there's more than one recipe. And you can search through the names of your recipes and through the tags of your recipes to find the one that you want. And then you'll also be able to take that recipe and there'll be a create grocery list icon, and it'll take all those ingredients and put them in an easy to use list. So you can just take that to the store and get whatever you need to make your stuff. I want it to be a very hassle free way of remembering all the stuff that you love to create. I know a lot of recipe keepers nowadays work really well with getting the internet's recipes, but I know some people that like to create their own recipes and want an easier way to store them, and this is for those kinds of people. The stuff that went well this month was getting this app back online. I did have a little bit of trouble right at the beginning of the month with setting up GitHub with my project. I'm still not quite sure exactly what I did wrong, but I managed to completely make the entire project just one whole error message, basically. And I had to kind of salvage what I could and scrap everything, which was a little bit annoying because the first week I had to basically just redo what I had done the month before. Thankfully, all the design you see here for the background, the design for this, and the design for this, as well as three other screens that you don't see here, thankfully all those were saved, so I didn't have to recreate those. Another thing that I learned this month that I'm very happy to finally learn was how to make a database. That was actually one of the biggest challenges too, was figuring out how to make a database, because I had this idea of storing the name for this dish, the tag for this dish, the ingredients, the steps, and saving all these dishes. And I realized that I've never made an Android app before, so I had no idea how to actually go about doing that. So figuring out how to do that was absolutely fantastic. Um, Another thing that I learned that I didn't know before was how to dynamically add layouts to this Android app. They're invisible, so unfortunately you don't see them, but there's a little layout here, a little layout there, and that's where the add ingredient row will pop up. So learning how to do that was fun. It did have a little bit of stuff that I'm still kind of troubleshooting, which is why it's not being shown in this. Uh, it kind of goes above all this stuff, so got to figure out how to do that, and that's going to be coming up. Um, I did not get everything done this month that I wanted to do, as evidenced by the fact that I'm not showing you how the ingredient and step buttons work, and that I can't show you the functionality of the save. I did want to get those two things done by the end of this month, but unfortunately, one of the drawbacks of being a one-man team is if you have health problems pop up, you're kind of in trouble. You have to try and make up the time later, and I did have that happen for about 2 weeks or 1.5, 3/4 of a week. About 2 weeks. This month I had some doctor's visits and health problems, and it kind of kept me from being able to focus. It was not fun, but it's been resolved, so thank heavens I don't have to worry about it for next month. Um, so, so that was pretty much uh, all the challenges that popped up, the things I learned, mainly that database and how to dynamically do the layouts. Just learning how to do the layouts was actually really cool too, because all this is brand new to me. It was really fun learning how to do this stuff, how to make the backgrounds, and just how to get the emulator to work. That was another one. It's been a lot of learning this month, and I'm looking forward to next month.